I never thought there'd be a time where I'd rather be at work than anywhere else. And it was, oh boy.
Oh.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you were listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again, or possibly for the first time.
Here we are. We've made it. Our intent was to bring you a new, fresh live episode last week because Cern had his big, fun Sly Park trip planned. But there was a time, I think Sunday at like 6 o'clock, where that memory or that idea just like went bloop. It's like it turned on and I was like, oh, yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
I completely forgot until like, I think it was Monday when I was down there. I was like, did we record yesterday? Oh, fuck, we didn't.
I was like, oh, I
think because I was packing and I wasn't thinking about it. I was just like, I just completely spaced out.
That was exactly what I thought. I was like, he's probably packing. And it just totally, and I was busy, anyway, life goes on.
It goes on.
But we were getting mini updates, mini as in miniature updates from Cern, very sporadic communications through to the group chat. And it sounds like maybe your trip wasn't all that, didn't turn out all that well.
No. Like I said, pre-hot mics. I never thought there'd be a time where I'd rather be at work than anywhere else. And it was, oh boy.
Oh, well, it was a week-long trip up at kind of an off-the-grid Boy Scout kind of camping
so
situation,
Park, which is
sort
local,
of.
which is up north. Yeah, you're up north. And it's kind of like you did Sly Park, remember?
Yeah, there's cabins and like a big mess hall. It's like kind of cabins. Like a little barracks, but they're like log cabins, sort of.
Yeah. They're little cabins and stuff. So we left on Monday at in the morning. I forget what time it was, like 9 o'clock or something like that. So all the kids had to bring their shit out in the front of the school.
Just duffel bags and sleeping bags.
There was like, yeah, sleeping bags and bags and all that shit. So they said, okay, be here, help load up. The kids won't be here. They'll be in their class, and then they'll kind of come out and get on the bus. So I was like, okay. So 2 buses showed up, and it was just the school buses.
Just the yellow school bus.
Yeah, just the yellow bus. Yeah. And kids had like, some kids were packing like they were going on a fucking trip to Europe for a month.
They're going to stay in a hostel for a couple months and just hop around in Europe.
I was like, God, where are you going? Fuck are you going? This bag's bigger than you. So we had a loading problem. And it was one of those like, the undercarriage is full and it's only like half of the stuff. Both buses. We're like, fuck. And they're like, well, we have to keep the fire exits, the emergency exits on the bus open. And the lady that drives the bus goes, well, usually, and they haven't done this trip in a few years because of COVID. Mm-hmm. So this is like the first time back. And she's like, well, usually we do 3 buses, and they only had 2. And I was like, well, that's not an option at this point, is it? They're like, no. I was like, well, I guess we got to load the fucking. So then it was just like, just get the shit on the buses.
Yeah.
So we were like opening the back window and like throwing it into the back of the fucking bus. And
now you were chaperoning one of the cabins or co-chaperoning. Is that how?
Yeah. So they wanted 2 chaperones per cabin.
And there's how many?
There was 28
kids.
28 kids in a cabin. Yeah. So it's like 1 to 14?
1 to 14. Oh man. See, when I went there, and this is like 4th or 5th grade, 6th grade, somewhere around that, I feel like it was 2 high school guys and like 8 kids.
Yeah, this was like
Okay.
this dad and this dad and me were in there. Well, and here's the other thing: the other dad had like a doctor's appointment, so he didn't show up Monday until like later on in the evening. So it was Cern versus 28 when we're starting off.
Oh man, 28,
and this
that's
is
too many.
Cern versus 28, and it was a fresh 28. Like they were amped to the gills, you know. They were like,
And boys too.
but
Just
yeah,
Yeah.
all boys. So we get on the bus and we go up there. It was fine. Well, they were like, there's way more rules in the bus. And first off, they had seatbelts on the bus.
oh, they put them back on.
They're like, yeah, they put like the over the shoulder seatbelts. I was like, what? There's seatbelts? Damn.
I mean, it always was a weird thing. Why wouldn't children are the most precious thing we have? Why would we?
Yeah.
Why are we saying
that
it's
wasn't-
okay?
I'm not complaining about that. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, I didn't wear a seatbelt because it was meant for a child. I was like, maybe I should strap it on. It was like, we're ripping my fucking shoulders to the floor.
Like a
I was
tourniquet.
never mind. I'll risk it. I'm not in a death seat. I'm okay. So we got there. There's way more rules. No singing. No talking loudly. You can talk quietly amongst yourselves, but it was like, I was like, no, obviously no sweet seat switching whatsoever. I was like, oh man, I remember
What?
jumping from seat to seat.
I mean, we wouldn't even be allowed on this bus because I'm like, you're reading the rules down, and like, the bus was a place to cause a ruckus.
Yeah, you walk right to the back. That was the spot to be.
Yeah, we were probably problems for bus drivers back in the day.
Yeah. So we get up there, and actually, so on Monday, the sun was out. I think up in Sly Park, it was like 50 degrees, mid 50s, I think.
Definitely
I had shorts
manageable.
and a sweatshirt on.
Yeah.
I had shorts and a sweatshirt on. It wasn't too bad. But we go up there, and you can see like little patches like in the shade where the snow is still at. And the kids are like breaking out like, snow, that's so cool, snow. And I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. And we get up there, and basically they just say, get all the shit off the bus. So you get all the shit off the bus, and then they take the kids to do who fucking knows. And they call me over, and they kind of, here's your key.
You got
You're
cabin
the-
8
yeah,
or
well,
whatever.
Yeah, raccoon. I got cabin raccoon.
Nice.
Name it by animal or whatever.
The
And
rabbit
you're gonna
raccoon.
it's like a cabin, and then it's like so in the cabin, I always remember the cabins like, remember it's like one big long ass cabin with all the bunks.
Yeah.
I swear. But this one they like segment them into rooms. So it's like a little room,
Okay.
A, B, C, D. I mean, there's not really there's like a kind of a wall, but it's still all kind of open.
There's no door on it.
No, absolutely
Okay.
no door. And then you have like almost like a locker style bathroom in there.
Yes, I
We have,
remember
like,
that.
a urinal, 2 toilets, and then like 3 showers and a bench. And then there's like a curtain. And then on the other side of the curtain is the other cabin, like Porcupine, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
And it's the other boys. So, and there was 3 other schools there too. So in my cabin, it was just all of Jeffrey's group
Okay.
age. But on the other side, it was part of Jeffrey's school too and another school. Like they were splitting it.
Wow.
And Jeffrey's was 5th graders, but most of the other people were 6th graders because it goes
Oh,
to
that's a
like the
problem.
oldest.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was. So it goes to the oldest grade at that school. So
Okay.
instead of these schools have junior highs instead of middle schools. So middle
Okay.
school is like 6th through 8th, and junior high is 7th, 8th. So, okay. So they gave me the key. They say, go in, put your stuff. You're going to be right. You're going to have your own little tiny kind of room. It's you have a curtain there, but
Oh,
it's
nice.
right next to the door. So if someone wants to sneak out, you're right there.
First line
I was
defense.
like, all right, that's cool. So I put, first line of defense. By the end of the trip, I was gonna let those fucks run out in the cold. I didn't care. But anyway, so
Get frozen. I don't care.
I don't care. So I set up my stuff, and I was like, okay, got all kind of situated, and then we had to meet at Stone Circle or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And they kind of take the kids around, and they kind of give us the
The parents,
They have,
all
like,
the
this-
chaperones.
yeah, they kind of talk to you about, don't be positive and this and that, which is okay. That's fine. Obviously don't be besmirching these kids or whatever.
No cussing.
So, yeah, no cussing, which is very hard.
You were that they really tested you.
Yeah, they really did. They really did.
I'm sorry. You're just going to hear me laughing because I don't know why, but like any good friend, if they're having a horrible time, it's just, you can't help but,
it brings you nothing but joy.
Yeah. Just because I'm picturing you in this situation and then like knowing what's ahead, I think. That's my guess.
Yeah. So we get there. So I set up and they go through the whole thing and they tell you about this and that. And they're going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner basically in the mess hall.
Okay.
And then they tell you shit like, so at night, if you have time, go ahead, crowd the boys around and read them a bedtime story. I was like, that not going to happen.
What? It's like we're not in kindergarten?
Yeah.
Bedtime.
I know it seems kind of corny, but I think the kids will like it. I was like, yeah, if they're 5. But I said, okay, scratch that off the list. And I know.
Like, nope.
It's optional.
Yes.
And they have like skit night and all sorts of bullshit. So, okay. And so then we go for lunch. Right. All right. Lunch is up. Line your cabins up or whatever it is. So this is where I start checking. Well, I check the boys in first.
Okay.
And, you check them in and then okay, so-and-so, come on. All right, come on. You're checking names off. They go down the hall into their room and you can hear like squealing. Like, just which I expected. Come on.
Yeah.
They're amped up. I get it. But then I was like, all right, guys, come on. You can't be like, it was at the first day, it was so loud in the cabin. This kid was talking to me. I couldn't hear him. I was like bent down. I was like, then I had to yell, guys, keep it down, dude. I can't even hear the kid talking next to me.
What are they just? They're just yelling at each other, just talking, and it's just escalating. Every little conversation keeps escalating up and up, or it's just
and it's up and yelling, and then like they're jumping from bunk to bunk. The usual horseplay.
So the bus rules don't apply to the cabin.
Down.
You can go bunk. You could jump bunk to bunk, but not seat to seat.
Yeah, exactly. So, so then the kids are, kind of getting their stuff together. This is a little indication where I knew Cern was in trouble. I had a kid come up to me and goes, can you tie my shoes? And I was staring at the kid. I was like, It's like, can you tie my shoes? I thought he was fucking with me. I was like, why? I thought he was just like trying to like check me or something.
Yeah, like how he's gonna pull one over on the.
See if I get this old fuck to do what I want.
Yeah.
See if I get this old fuck to do what I want. I was like, excuse me. He's like, I need help tying my shoes. I was just like, it was like a moment, like I was just staring at this kid in the face, but he was just like waiting for me to tie his shoes. Like, you know how to tie your shoes? He's like, well, no, I kind of need help.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, maybe okay. So I tied this kid's shoes. These are 5th graders, by the way.
Yeah.
10 and 11-year-olds. Then another kid comes up. It's like, I don't know how to tie my shoes. I was like, what? I got to like 4 or 5 kids. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
No way.
Yeah. I was like, no, this can't be real. And then like kids are like, can you help me zip my jacket? I was like, what? Guys, mom's not here. We ain't fucking doing this all week. Are you kidding me?
Oh man,
I was like, what the fuck? Someone's got to help the kids. So then we go to lunch.
If you don't have kids, for reference, this is stuff I have to do to my kid who's 4. But my 7, it's just like this is what you have to do for kind of like toddlers normally.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I was like, man. So like, all right, let's go to lunch, guys. So I heard the cats down to it's like herd cats all the way down to the damn mess hall. And line them up, and so we go in and they're having hot dogs. Okay, whatever. We're having hot dogs and tater tots. I was like, boy,
nice.
Okay, that's fine. I'll eat a hot dog and tater tots. So I ate it and stuff like that. It wasn't too bad. Go back and there's like they had cabin time or some fucking shit basically to unpack. So it's like some parents brought like a fitted sheet to go with their mattress. Do you think they could put the fucking fitted sheet on? No, not one. Not one.
So how many fitted sheets did you put on?
I don't know. It was like 8. I was like, fuck.
I mean,
they like held this thing up. They didn't know what the hell it was. They're like, I don't know what to do with this. I was like,
leave it in your bag, kid. That's what you
watching
need
a
to
kid.
do.
I was like, fuck. All right. So we put them all on, and then they had like games or some shit, tug of war games and stuff.
It's like
in
outdoorsy
the,
camp, kind of, right? Like they go on hikes
it's like an outdoor
and
science camp.
look at pine cones.
The first day
and
it
shit.
wasn't really time for hikes, so they were just kind of like
Okay.
doing outdoor games and horsing around and getting to know the slide park teachers and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we go to dinner.
What time is dinner?
By the 5.
That's the problem because this ain't getting dark till 8:30. That's a lot of time to kill in between.
Yeah. So actually, I think I had. So we had dinner, and it was at 5, and it was like pasta, with pasta and chicken with like a watery like Alfredo sauce. And stuff. I was like, oh, and then like slopping it on like.
Like in the movies, like the cafeteria in the movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Like prison food.
Yeah.
Get your 3 squares, kid. So the amount of whining, like, oh, this is gross. You know, the kids are complaining to me, like, I don't want to eat this. I say, hey, kid, this is all we got. So I ain't your mom. Fucking go hungry. I don't care.
Do you see a fucking Target sign around here? We ain't getting there's no other option, kid. This is the
I'm not
food
gonna go
we
back
got.
there and whip some up for you. So fucking sit there and eat it or don't. I don't care. So like, I said, there's apples and stuff. Go for that. Like, I don't want apples. I said, then sit there. Big 50. What do you want from me? I'm eating the same shit you are. It's not like it's like I'm sitting off and eating lobster over here in the corner. I'm eating the same
surf and turf, baby, for
slop you are.
Surf and turf for the camp counselors, I think, is what they should have done at Cern.
So then we went on there's different hiking groups from your cabin. So you like mixed up with like boys and girls and stuff from other schools and stuff. So we had like this night hike. My night was the first night. And I was like, that'll be kind of cool. But then they were like, okay, this is a night hike. We're not going to have any flashlights. I brought one. I was like, what? It's fucking dark. They're like, we're going to use our night vision. I was like, oh my God.
Come on now.
He tried to, it was a science teacher. So he was talking about rods and cones and like black and white or, whatever it is. Your rods see black and white, which you can see at night. And if you notice there's no color, but once you have light, then you see color, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. But then we couldn't even use the fucking flashlights on the way back.
How long was this hike?
Like an hour.
What? With no lights?
With no lights. And like he was like, guys, just be quiet so we can see if we can hear
they'll be real quiet.
The wind. Well, there was this other like chaperone. It was this mom who had her son there. So she was chaperoning, but she had to stay in a girl's cabin, but her son was there. And she was like, I think she thought she was like on duty. She was like, the kids were like whispering and stuff. And I was like, whatever. Kids are going to whisper. What the fuck? I don't care. And she's like, be quiet. If I have to pull you out of line, I was like, what are you going to do? You going to give him a spanking? Fuck out of here. What the fuck are you going to do? She was like screaming at these kids for whispering. I was like,
you got to call them an Uber and send them back home?
Yeah, she was like, get on me. She's like, these kids are talking. I was like, okay. What do you want? They're fucking 12 years old. Between 10 and 12 years old. They're hiking with their friends in the dark. What do you want them to do? You can't see shit, so what the fuck?
If you're a parent, you can't. There's simply not enough mental bandwidth to like be on top of all that stuff. So you just have to be okay with letting, and it's different for everyone. You might let certain things go and be into other things, but you can't hang on to everything as a parent. It's too much. So you
pick your battles. Just pick your battles.
Yeah, pick your battles. Very good, sir.
If they were like screaming or something, I'm like, guys, come on. Just knock it off. But they were just like whispering to each other, and it's like she was like cracking the whip on them. I was like, okay,
wow,
whatever. And let the fucking teacher. He said, I'll deal with the kids because they have the authority against their teachers. They have the authority to punish and kick out or whatever it is.
Yeah,
he was right there, so I'll let him deal with it, not me. I'm just here to make sure no one dies.
There you go. Was that one of the rules they laid out in the beginning? No, you can't have any
I don't know. That's all I was doing. That was my rule. No one dies or breaks an arm.
This is my floor. I'm not going any lower than a death.
That's it.
Right above. Yeah. So 6 feet above.
So, and it was like, there was just some stupid shit where it's like, so it started off with like, so you get in your hiking group and he's like, the guy's counting people. He's like, I have an extra person. Why do I have an extra person in my hiking group? Because like, So he starts calling off names, and this other, and then there's one kid that was obviously left off the names. He's like, I thought I was in your hike group. He's like, were you with me earlier today when we first rallied? No. He's like, then why would you be with me? He's like, is this the future of America? This is scary. This is scary, guys. Like this guy was like, he was actually kind of funny. He was just like, he didn't have any kids. He's like, thank you for reminding me I don't have kids of my own.
This guy's really leaning in. I love it. So what time was breakfast? So you did this night hike. Now I'd have to imagine.
Night hike was like 7:15 to, I think it was 8:15.
There's no way the kids must have been up till midnight at least. Like what?
At least they were. I mean, there was like the usual like giggles and shit.
Yeah,
I was just letting it slide.
A couple schoolgirls.
I mean, they were getting a little wild at some point, and I had to come out like, guys, because they were like the site park teachers were like patrolling, and they actually had to like come in at one point, like, guys, lights out means you're sleeping or trying to sleep. That's it. Like those are your options. And so I swear to God, like the first night, it was probably like an hour of sleep because it's like,
oh fuck,
because it was like, and it was just like you can hear it because you're on those bunks, you can hear every creak, and you're like you're just hearing every creak, and then like at some point, I think it was like 12:30 or something at night. I heard this, excuse me, and I jump out of bed and I was like, what the hell's going on? I come down the hall, I was like, what's going on? I was like looking around, and this kid's sitting up there. I said, what's going? Are you yelling? He's like looking at me. I was like, are you yelling? He's like looks behind him, like at the wall. I was like, I'm talking to you. He goes, he just says, can I go to the bathroom? And I was like, yes, I don't want you to pee your bed. Go to the bathroom. He goes, well, here's the problem. He was on the top bunk. He goes, I don't know how to get down. I said, go down the ladder. He goes, I've never gone down a ladder. I said, turn around.
Jesus.
I know. I was like, turn around. I'm trying to get like whisper yell at this kid. Like, turn around.
Whisper yell.
Put your feet. I want to say, put your fucking feet. But no, just put your feet on the ladder. So he's sitting there facing it. And then like he tries to turn around, but he has his legs crossed.
Oh no.
He's trying to like turn his, and he was like sitting there. I was like, this kid has to be fucking with me. He has to be fucking with me.
I'm sorry. This is killing me.
It's like 12:30 at night. I haven't slept at all yet. And this kid's trying to can't even get down the ladder. I was like, why did you? And then like, so he goes to the bathroom. And I was yelling out on the way to the bathroom. I was like, why did you pick the top bunk if you can't go down a ladder? He ignores me. Just walks over there. It's like, God damn it. You're like you did something bad on the baseball field and the coach is yelling at you as you walk into the dugout. It's the same kind of thing. I was walking alongside him yelling at him. Like, why did you you can't get down the ladder? And you don't need to ask, go to the bathroom. Just go to the bathroom. This is a class.
Now, I mean, you do appreciate that he's by the book, I guess, to some extent.
Yeah.
You know,
he follows the rules.
Yes.
I know this kid. He's a really good kid. It's just like,
but
what the fuck?
Now, your co-counselor, was he having the same?
Well, he'd be up too because he'd see me get up.
And
he's like, "What's going on?" What's that?
Is this climate controlled building?
Yeah, we had a little heater going, so we're all right. Like I had like a little AC unit. So wake up calls at 7 a.m.
Oof.
I think it was like 6 o'clock. I just sat up, and he's like, I know. He's like, I feel like I just maybe have gone to sleep. I was like, yeah, it must have been at 5 o'clock. I dozed off for an hour. Fuck. So I was like, brutal. Whatever.
Now, please tell me they had coffee for you guys in the morning at least.
Yeah, they had some coffee.
Okay.
Because I was like, they better have fucking coffee. I was like,
I'm driving home. I'm taking the bus home.
I'm done. Fuck it. Fuck these kids. I'm going home. So I get up. So then they always play like, stupid songs to wake up the kids or whatever at
oh, right. Yeah.
They wake them up. Like, wake up time. Breakfast is at 7:30. Okay.
Some powdered eggs and toast.
So the kids were like complaining, like, I didn't get a good night's rest. I was like, yeah, it's your fault. You're horsing around all night. Don't whine to me. Fuck you. I didn't get any sleep either. So we had, I think it was like pancakes and like sausage or something.
Oh, there you go.
And they always have a vegetarian option because obviously there's religious issues and stuff like that because a lot of the Hindi kids don't eat meat. They have vegetarian sausage or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll have some pancakes and sausage. All right, that's fine. And then you go back to the cabin for 45 minutes, and then you meet up with your slide park teacher for whatever your activity is for the day.
Okay.
And it's different. It differs. And so I did that. We did that, and then after that, you go to lunch, and lunch was like. I forget. This is where the wheels come off the tracks.
Like the pizza, like the cheese pizza
No,
on the
wasn't
cardboard thing?
No, it wasn't even that. It was like, we go there. I was like, oh, I wonder what's for lunch. And it was like, it was
mac and cheese?
Chicken fajitas. I was like, for kids? Who the fuck makes this menu? What kind of kids want to eat chicken fajitas?
And, I mean,
the grounds were like, what? And it was a weird colored chicken. It was like a gray, brown. And I was like, oh boy.
Oh, my stomach's rumbling.
Yeah, I was like, took a bite of it, like, oh shit, I'm eating some salad. I'm fucking tearing up the salad today.
Can I have cheese? I'm gonna press up a couple quesadillas here. Just scrap the chicken bits.
So then I was like, oh shit. So then then you eat lunch. You go back to the cabin for 45 minutes so they can shower or do whatever. And you have some fucking kids like, can I take a shower? Sure. Then there's always a fight over the showers. And here's the other thing. So they were giving a hard time. They're like, every kid needs to shower. And I was like, it's a health issue if they don't. And I was like, 1 week. I mean, I don't know. There was one kid who refused to take a shower, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to fucking deal with it.
Again,
don't take a shower. I don't care.
Is this the hill you're going to die on? Is like fighting this kid to his death about taking a shower? No, not worth it.
He told me he took a shower, which I know he didn't, but he told me he did. So I was like, oh, he told me. He fucking lied to me. Whatever. If he comes up, he lied to me. So
what are you going to do? Check behind his ears or something?
Yeah. So and this kid was like, he was in my hiking group too. And he was like, can I follow you around? I was like, no. No, you cannot follow me around. I mean, you can hike. You can hike next to me, yeah, but you're not going to follow me around everywhere. We're not doing that. I don't know what your deal is. Why? Because they had buddies. Like they had like a buddy that's like their bunk mate, and like they would go together on all the stuff.
Okay.
So and the rule was like you have to be two kids with you at all time. You can't be one-on-one, just in case like they say he touched me. It'd be like.
Okay. Well, that makes
which
sense.
Is good. Which is good.
That's
so
good.
They had two at a time. Now there were some times where it's like, so here's what's trying me. This is where good. So for dinner time. So after they do whatever it is so they come back. We're doing dinner time.
Now, and
you give the kids like, what's that?
Do you get a break? Like, do they go off on their own and you get to like chill for like 30 minutes or an hour ever?
Yeah, it was in the evening at like. So I had a night hike the first night, so I didn't get it. But that's usually where you get your break. So then the next 4 nights, I got a break there. It was for an hour.
Doesn't seem like that was enough time.
No.
You could have used a half day off, maybe.
Oh, fucking A. So it was like, so here's what's driving me nuts. So then it was like, okay. So this is where it really started getting wild. Tell the kids, okay, hey, we got 10 minutes to get down to the food. So let's get ready. You with no pants, put some pants on. We're going down to the hall.
Yeah.
And it started snowing on Tuesday. it started like snowing. I was like, oh shit.
Now, were most kids ready for the snow? I would have to imagine probably
their parents packed their stuff, but the most kids, as kind of like, doing a little sample study, they'd never seen the snow. They'd seen it like on TV. They knew conceptually what it was, but they'd never actually been in it.
That's exciting. That's exciting to some extent, but also, They
had a hard time understanding, there was kids like crying, like when they would go outside and they would like kind of like play in it, and then they'd come back and they'd be like crying. I think I heard. I was like, what's going on? It's cold. I was like,
oh, yeah.
It? And they're like, it's really cold. And I was like, you do understand snow is frozen water, right? That's we've learned that in so far. I know you have because I corrected Jeffrey's homework. I know what's going on.
Oh,
so
man.
I was like, but anyway, so we're getting ready and like there's kids like just walking around their underwear and shit, and it's like, hey, put some pants on. We've got to go down to the food, and they just like stare at you. It's like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. We got 3 minutes, and then they put their pants on and then they sit down in the bunk like. You have no socks and no shoes. Put it on. And they're like, they just stare at you. And then it's like, it's time to go. And then they put their fucking socks on. It's like, there was this one kid. He was last every single day.
Yeah.
He wouldn't move until it was time to line up to go.
And you would give him like the heads up.
10,
like go get
8,
dressed right now because
5,
we're gonna be.
And I would start calling by name. Like, put it on. Let's go.
You no pants. Hey, no pants. Get some pants on.
You with no shoes. So then, like, this one kid, same kid that wanted to follow me around, he's a bigger kid. He was wearing shorts.
Chilly.
And a jacket. And so I was like, dude, you want to put some pants on? He said, no. This is also kid didn't shower. So he was one of my special kids. And he said, nope. And I said, whatever, we got to go. So just put your shoes on, let's go. So they went down there. And then one of the cyber teachers just like yelling at him, like, you got to have pants on. And he's like, my mom didn't pack me any pants. So then she turns to me and starts like reaming me. She's like, he should have been packed pants. Why didn't he pack pants? It's like, I'm not his mom.
Not his mom.
So she's like, then she stared at me. We had like this, where you just staring at each other. Like, and she's
What
like,
are we doing here?
Well, this is not my child. Just because I'm a chaperone doesn't mean I fucking went to his house and packed his shit.
Yeah. Oh,
She's
man.
like, but he's got to have pants on. Hypothermia is a real thing. I was like, first off, calm down. We walked like 500 feet from the fucking cabin to the hall. So give me a break.
Yes. Hopefully he should be all right. He's not stranded out here for 2 days. It's not Jeremiah Johnson all of a sudden, let's relax.
So we went back and I said, hey, buddy, I find it hard to believe your mom didn't pack your pants. Open your bag. And sure as shit, they were down the bottom. He just didn't want to wear the fucking pants. That's what it was.
Oh, shit.
So I said, dude, you got to put pants on next time, all right? He's like, but I don't want. I said, dude, can you just do me one? I don't want to be battling you and the other teachers. I'm not doing it. All right. I was like, thanks. So then we go. So the first night in the other cabin, Porcupine, the conjoins, they had a kid vomit and diarrhea on the bed. But it was in the other cabin.
Oh.
I heard, I was like, oh, damn. Like, that sucks. But he's out. Okay, he's gone. I'm okay. Maybe it was just the food or whatever. And then
maybe that Alfredo sauce, you think? You think it's or the chicken fajitas.
The mystery chicken. Pink slime chicken. So then I think it was like finally got everybody kind of rested down and shit, and it was like I think it was like midnight. I was finally like dozed off. 1:45. I hear like whispering and then coughing. And I was like, please. Oh no. Please let that motherfucker be coughing. Whoever that is.
Not the
I get a little on the door, a little knock on the door, on the wall. Because we had no door. And we're like, yeah? He's like, excuse me, coach. They call me coach. I was like, yeah.
Coach.
I threw up. And I was like,
oh man.
Okay. So I get up and I look. I was like, where'd you throw up? Did you throw up in the toilet? I threw up in my bed. And I look. So
top bunk probably too.
Top bunk.
Of course.
Top bunk. I go to look. I put my hand right in it. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then it was all over the floor too. And I was like, oh my God. So I had to call the teachers down there. I was like, hey, we got so-and-so threw up. They're like,
now does the cabin like wake up? Or are there people sleeping through this somehow?
There are some people sleeping through it. The poor guy below him was not. He was, and I tried to like get all the shit, clean it up before it like drips down on his ass.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, it's like 2 a.m. and I'm like mopping the floor of all the puke, Oh my God. And I was like washing my hands. So he had to go. I was like, fuck. So that was like 2, it was like 2 or something. We were finally, I was like, God, thank God. So go to sleep. And then there's like somebody else like calling me. I was like, oh my God. No. Like, get up again. I was like, what's going on? I'm like, can I go number 2? I was like, what's with you kids? Just go to the bathroom.
Just go to the bathroom.
Fuck. So it's just like another night of like 2 hours of sleep or whatever.
Plus puke, a puke interruption.
Plus puke, wiping the fucking floors and shit. Oh God.
God damn, that's horrible.
And then So it's like we walk. So when we got up on Wednesday, it's a thick, like it's a good 6 inches of snow on the ground.
Oh shit! For the hikes and stuff, all the outside
Yeah,
activities.
for the hikes, yeah.
Nice.
So then they do, and like there was this kid on the hike was bawling, just absolutely bawling on the
Just
hike.
lost
and they're
it.
like, "What's going on?" The teacher's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "My hands are cold." He's like, "Just put them in your pocket." He's like,
Just use those pockets there.
"Oh shit!"
man.
And then that's the day we came back for dinner. And
So
it was
this is only the third day, and you still have
it's
2
only
more
the
days.
Third day, yeah. This is the third day, and we had like turkey sandwiches for lunch. That nasty like deli turkey. It's like,
Yeah.
I must say the bread was exquisitely. It was top notch.
Oh,
bread,
of course, top shelf, I'm sure.
But it was like one slice of turkey, a piece of American cheese, and some lettuce. And the kids were like, "I don't like this." I was like, "Hey, listen, kids, this isn't exactly on my menu either, but this is what we got to eat." Fuck. And they're like, "My mom likes me," and I said, "Mommy ain't here. Okay, I've told you this before. This is what we got. Eat it or don't."
Yeah.
Like I tell them several times, like, eat it or don't. Just I don't care.
It sounds like for a lot of these kids, this was like like a first sort of real world sort of experience for them.
Yeah, and they struggled big time. We were on Struggle Street from the get go, but it was
Struggle Street.
it was
Wow.
So I mean, and I said, "Don't eat it then. Don't eat it. I don't care."
I mean, they got to be starving, right? With all, if no one's eating any...
all the hiking and stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever, do whatever you want. Man. You want to be, you can sit there with your arms folded. I don't care. Your mom's not here, so you think I feel bad? You're hungry? No.
Yeah.
I'm hungry too. I'm getting a kid-sized meal.
I've cleaned enough puke at 2 a.m.
Yeah. So that's when the kids started, like, one kid was crying. He wants to go home.
Okay. It all went down. It was just all downhill.
I want to go home. I want to go home. I said, all right, well, told the teacher's like, they're not going home. Then we're not going to send kids home for wanting their mommy. This is part of the learning experience.
Okay. Yeah. Damn.
So then one kid did it, and then another kid did it, and then it was like 3 of them. They were just crying.
I want to go home, and they're all just yelling, "I want to go home," or "I want to see their mom," or stuff.
I feel sick. And they weren't. They were just like, they were trying to do that. Like, I was like, oh, okay, well,
brutal.
That ain't happening. Sorry, guys. So we go on a hike. Oh no, I didn't go on the hike because then we had somebody after lunch just gave it up. Another one. I was like, fuck. Okay, well.
And there's other kids getting sick around too, like in other cabins.
Yeah, it was just it started in the other one, and then it kind of like spread. So it was like this kid threw up, and then this other kid in the other cabin threw up, and then this other kid in our cabin said his stomach hurt. So it was like, so let's take them all down, and then he threw up down there. So it was like, they said, you can't go on the hike. You gotta come back. You gotta help pack up kids because
they're dropping like flies.
They're dropping like flies, and they can't have the parents can't go in there because they're not cleared. It's with the
background checks and all this stuff, insurance,
and I mean the teachers could as well, but they were down there, so and they can't really have any like female chaperones. Obviously, can't go in, so I had to go in there and pack them. So I had to put my mask and gloves on because I had to clean a bunch of dirty underwear and shit like that too. I was like, this. So on my hands and knees packing these little nasty dirty underwear, and she was like, fuck.
That's brutal. So it's so brutal.
I was packing it up. And like,
fuck.
So we packed all these kids up, put their stuff back, and then it was like, here's a list of things that he's missing. And it was like his hiking boots. This is what they look like. Okay. So I'd find one shoe.
And you're just searching in the room.
Yeah. Nowhere to be found. It's in another room. I was like, how the fuck?
Did it grow legs and walk over there?
One glove, 2 gloves. It was like,
oh my god.
It was so I spent most of my afternoon doing that. And then like in the evening, they were like, something happened. This is from another school, but they were calling for a male chaperone because one of the boys got a pencil stuck in his butt.
Not surprising, I suppose.
Someone's like, how did that happen? I said, "Look, I don't know. I don't want to
ask questions.
Because I don't want
like
to express interest because I didn't hear what happened. I didn't hear this. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to walk away. This never happens. I didn't sign up to be doing this. I am not pulling a pencil out of some kid's ass. It can stay there all fucking week. I don't care. I'm not doing this. I didn't hear it. Don't even tell me how it happened. I don't care.
Now, we should also add on, this place is kind of like an off-the-grid style place. So it's not like Cern's checking out Sports Center at night on the tube with the other bunkmate. There is zero electronics in here.
Yeah. I mean, you can do text messages and stuff like that. But if I tried to pull up something like any kind of like,
YouTube or Instagram or anything,
or MLB, even the MLB app, I couldn't even get that going.
Pokemon,
just spin. Nope, it was just the loading screen would sit there. So I was like, oh shit. So that was like Wednesday.
So now we're on Thursday.
Well, Wednesday, where I started to like, some of the kids were like, there was this one kid, he would ask me what we were doing every 5 minutes.
They're just wearing you down. It's just like everything's just cutting at you. You're like a tree.
What am I doing? I'm like, what group are you in? I'm in group 2 because they all hiking groups. Okay, what did your teacher say you were going to do? And they would tell me. I'm like, then what are you doing?
That's what you're doing.
Well, is that what I'm doing? I said, what?
Maybe they were playing you. Was this some long con they were all doing?
They all got together, huddled up because they all did it seamlessly. Fuck. Like it was like, okay.
Oh man.
So we're going through whatever it was, and then I think I took a shower, and during my break time, I took a shower and shaved and stuff just to kind of get a little bit clean. And here's the other thing. So at the end of the day, they'd always give the kids like a cookie, but it was right before bed. So I was like, great going, guys. Give them a fucking cookie. And maybe an hour before bedtime.
Good. Get them all jacked up with some.
Yeah, get them all fucking jacked up so they can jump
sugars.
off the bunks. And the shower, the kids were always fighting over the showers, most of them.
Yeah.
And
the ones that were showering.
You can go. Some kids were trying can I take a shower? I'm like, didn't you take one this morning? Yeah, I want to take another one. I'm like, no, you got to wait because we got people that haven't taken one yet today. But I want to go. I was like, tough. And they would stare at me and like, but if there's nobody in there, I said, if there's nobody there, I will let you know. But there's a long line, and that's just, you ain't going to have one today. You already took one. You only need 2 showers a day.
Yeah, well, we know why it wants a second shower.
Yeah. So, and I had to yell at some of the kids. Like, there was this kid that was hanging out in the showers, talking to the kids. I was like, get out of here. He was like
he's in the sauna, like an old man in the sauna, just having a chat.
Sit on the bench chatting to the kids in the shower. I said, get out of here.
This isn't a social club. This isn't a bathhouse for your fucking conversations.
Yeah. I don't think your friends, because they're 5th grade, so they don't really want, their friends peeping at them.
Yeah.
Your friends don't want you peeping at them. They're, there's a curtain. I said, get out, just get out.
You're literally spending your forced to stay together for 5 days. You can talk to them later.
Yeah, you talk to them when you're horsing around at bedtime. When you're supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah, 12:30 at night when you're trying to catch a wink. What sort of carnage were you in store for on Wednesday night?
This kid again starts yelling my name. Excuse me, same kid.
Coach.
So I was so I get up. I run over there. I was like, this is what I almost lost my fucking mind. You won't believe this. This is at 12:30. He's yelling my name. So I come running out. I said, what? Because I thought he was puking. And because we had 4 or 5 people at this time go down. This is Wednesday. And he's like, I was like, what? He goes, I don't like how quiet it is. My blood was boiling. I was like, oh my God. It's I wish this was the old time where I can give you a pat on the ass because this is ridiculous. So I was like, what do you mean? You know, how quiet he is? He goes, I just don't like how quiet it is. I go, so your solution is to yell and wake everybody up at 12:30? He's like, but I don't like how quiet it is. I said, there's like, because they have like the bathroom fan going on. I said, there's a hum back there.
Yeah, there's some white noise.
It's too quiet. I said, tough. Lay down and go to sleep. Then you won't have to worry about how quiet it is when you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And he's just like staring at me, like just like a blank stare. And I was like, oh my God. Lay down. I'm leaving the room. So I go back, and this other kid's like starts crying, like, ooh, like,
no,
absolutely just crying. I was like, what? What's going on? I want to go home. I said, you can't. Okay, we're not calling your mom. It's
Mom's sleeping.
1 o'clock. She would first. It would freak her out. Call her 1 o'clock.
Oh yeah, she'd think you're dead. First of all,
I said, we're not calling your mom. I want to go home. I said, it doesn't matter. You're not going home. I said, buddy, we're all in this together at this point. So
it's like the Apollo 13, man.
Yeah. I say, he kept crying. I said, listen, crying is not going to change your situation. No. You're here, whether you're crying or not. I said, hey, crying and waking everybody up is not an option. So if you want to cry, snivel in your pillow quietly. That's it. Lay down and stop. So you only got like a day and a half left. So like he's like, I hear him crying, and then somebody else was crying. I was like, guys,
oh no,
stop! Just go to sleep, please. Like, it's cold, and I'm hungry, and I want to go home. And I was like,
yeah, should have ate your turkey sandwich.
Yeah, should have ate that. Remember I told you?
Were those fajitas 2 days ago? That made everyone sick. You should have ate them.
Oh God, some spaghetti with the
just like ketchup,
sweet sauce,
water ketchup.
Oh. So then Thursday we get up and I'm like dead. I think I maybe clocked in about 5 hours of sleep for the 3 days.
Fuck.
And I was like, so I walk over and just get a cup of coffee. And there's kids like still crying, like they want to go home. And there's this one kid, he's been trying to go home like the whole trip.
Is this happening at all the other cabins?
I was asking, and it was surprisingly so not actually really not surprising to me. The girls, not so much. They had a couple.
Yeah.
But the boys, they said it was rapping. Well,
Yeah.
Little mama's boys is what they were. And I think, well, I could tell you, mom does everything for them because like some of these kids, like they would take a shower and they would just leave their clothes. And I'm like, hey, come get your clothes. And they'd be like looking at me like, what? I was like, I'm not cleaning your clothes up for you.
They've never had to do that in their life. They just is like someone just always pick their clothes up for them kind of thing.
Yep. So here's the other thing that was hilarious. So the showers is like basically stalls.
Yeah.
Almost all the kids would put their clothes on the floor. Clothes they're going to wear, like their clean clothes. And they run the shower, so it's starting to get wet. And I say, what are you guys doing? They're like, there's no place to put my clothes. And throw them on the door. Like, oh, that's, the new slogan, big brain. That's big brain. Like, yeah, that's average brain. It's not big brain.
Big brain? You're like, you guys could use a bigger brain. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
I was like, oh my God. So Thursday, we have this hike. It's called the lake hike. It's a 5-mile hike. It's 2.5 miles to the lake and 2.5 miles back.
That's a solid 3 hour, 4 hour.
Oh yeah. It was 3 hour
trip. Yeah.
3.5 hours. I think it was exactly what it was. So we do that. And I would say about 50% of the kids, a mile and a half in, were like waving the white flag like they couldn't do it.
Did you give any piggyback rides?
Not a fucking chance.
150 pound, 120, 30 pound kid on your shoulders.
I was like, they're like, I can't do this. I can't. I said, okay, we only got like a mile. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I can't do this. I can't. I was like, guys, take your age and multiply it by 3. And that's my age, roughly. I shouldn't be running circles around anybody.
Yeah. For sure.
I was like, come on. Like there was, so that lady who was the lady I told you about earlier, the drill instructor.
Mm-hmm.
So her son was in our hiking group.
Oh.
And he he has an EpiPen and a inhaler, and he gets nosebleeds, and he gets migraines, and so
no wonder
he
his
has all
mom
this-
was there.
Yeah, he has that. Well, he couldn't do that. He was like, he wasn't like overweight, but I would say muscle mass.
He was exempt from the hike?
No, they made him go.
Oh.
So, I would just say his muscle structure or muscle mass was lacking, shall we say.
Oh, okay.
So he was like, he was in tears like halfway through, a mile and a half into the hike. Like, I don't know if I can do this. I just want to go back. And the mom was like gassed too. Now
no. They both
when I heard she was going on the hike, I was like, I don't know, lady. You might want to sit this one out. There's no fucking chance in hell. I'm going to make a wild a judgment here. And she was like, because she was like, just tell him. I mean, but then she was trying to act like, he was being the big fucking weenie.
Oh, interesting.
Like he was going to follow the sword, but I guess I was like, that's selfish. So
yeah.
You can't even make it.
Damn, you'd make your kid take on it because you can't take the humiliation yourself? That's brutal.
Yeah. So here's the thing too. So this hike, we had to cross like a creek. So your shoes are going to get wet. Your feet are going to get wet because you have to cross the creek.
Yeah. And there's snow on the ground still?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
So the water's cold. So it wasn't that big a deal. I just, most of the kids like Jeffrey's like, skated across it. There's that one kid that I had, Mr. No Showers and Shorts.
Yeah.
So I think he wore shorts in this trip too. They're like, okay, cross the creek. Here's the rocks, and you're gonna get. He just wades through the fucking thing.
Was it up to like his knees or his shins?
Yeah, oh yeah. I was like,
really?
What the fuck is this kid doing?
Damn.
Oh shit!
Oh, he must have been freezing his ass off.
At first, he tried to play it off with like, "Oh, it's a nice cool down for my feet." I was like, "Yeah, I bet it was." Yeah. Whatever. So, we get there, and so they're at the lake, and there's snow. So they had this rule with no snowballs because kids get hurt, whatever.
Of course.
Even the slide park teacher I was talking to, he's like, "We have no snowballs," and he'd be like, "Guys, no snowballs," and he'd be like, "Come on, it's impossible not to, especially with kids." I said, "I know, it's the first thing I want to do."
It's their first time in the snow too.
Yeah, I want to throw a fucking snowball.
I know.
So I usually allow
I have a couple targets in mind for a couple of my snowballs.
Yeah. So, I allowed it until someone got hurt and cried, then I'd have to shut it down. I mean, that's what I would do. Like, someone got smoked in the face and was like crying. It's like, it was like, how red's my face? How red's my face? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I couldn't even tell. He's like, he's like crying. I got hit in the face with a snowball. I was like, guys, all right, snowball's down.
Stand down.
And they're like, what? And I was like, I told you, there's no snowballs, right? Yeah. I was like, okay, so now someone's hurt, so now there's really no snowballs. Okay. Yeah. So we go there, and they're allowing a little bit of snowball fight. And then some kids, like, he was in my hiking group, not from our school. He was a kid. I hate to say it this way. I thought he was a girl. Like, I just thought he was a girl.
Uh-huh.
And then he was a boy. His name, I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, okay, so whatever his name was, I can't remember.
Yeah.
And so he got hit in the face with a snowball, and he was crying.
Yeah.
So I come over there, and I was like, what happened? He was like, I got hit, and there was a piece of ice, and it hit my face, and I want revenge. And I was like, oh, well, okay, we're not having revenge, kid. Just, are you okay? He's like, no. I was like, all right, well, just lay there for a little bit and let me know when you're ready to get up. So then all these boys come over, like, what's wrong with her? And I was like, he got hit in the face with a snowball.
Yeah.
Was she okay? He is okay.
Oh.
Well, why is she crying so bad? I said, he is crying because he got hit in the face with a snowball. And they're like, okay, so she's going to be okay? I was like, God damn, kid, you are not listening to what I don't want to like.
Oh, well, they weren't trying to be dicks about it. They were just,
no, they were just
genuinely making a mistake. Okay.
Yeah, they're legitimately concerned. I'm telling you, dude, I thought it was a girl. When I saw her, I thought it was a girl. Like, but then when I was a boy, I was like, oh, okay, because he had like, I mean, he has some locks. I mean, obviously, Cern's days of luscious locks are over.
The luscious lock days are long gone for Cern.
They're long gone. But but it was just like I didn't want to like outwardly correct like
presenting.
This is not a girl, this is a boy, because you're trying to be subtle with it and not make it a whole thing. Yeah. Oh, is she gonna be okay? I was like, oh my god. Yeah. Yes. Go. You're not getting. You're not picking. You're not picking up when I'm laying down. So then, okay, and then like they said no snowballs, and there's these girls. They're kind of little shitheads. The whole fucking trip.
Mean girls.
Mean girls, shit starters. Well, they smoked this kid in the head with the fucking snowball, and he turned around and like that scene from Dumb and Dumber where remember when Jeff Daniels like smokes that girl from like 3 feet away with a fastball. It's the same thing. Just crushed her, dropped her to her knees, and I was like, "Oh man, God!" I was like, "Oh my God!" And
this was the revenge that he needed.
Yeah, because they said no snowball. He turned around and she took like it wasn't like a snowball. It was like a chunk and just like heaved it and hit him. He's like, "Hey, what the?" Just wound up, crow hop, pow, and I was like,
"Nice."
Oh man,
like high five guy
right in front of all the teachers. I was like,
"Oh,
you're done. You're done." You know, they're yelling at this kid. I was like,
"Oh shit."
This girl's like, on her knees, like laughing, crying, like trying to play it off, but you could tell it hurt.
Nice. It brought her down
to her knees, dropped her to her knees. Like man down or woman down.
And inside you're like, yes. Like you just felt, you're just like, oh, such justice.
Everyone said, knock it off. You got to do one. Because she was like looking around to make sure no one was looking and fucking chucked it.
Oh, little snake.
I was like, oh, and then he turned out and just fucking crushed her. I was like, oh well, that's what you get. So then we're at the lake. We've got to go back. But
did everyone make it out to the lake?
Everyone made it out to the lake because that kid that was crying, like, I can't make it. The guy's like, at this point, it'll be longer to go back than just go to the lake. So they went to the lake, and then they had to like get a car to come pick these kids up, and the mom. And the
yeah.
So they did that. I mean, some of the kids, I was like, I think you could probably use the hike back kids. I mean, it wouldn't kill you, but whatever.
Yeah.
There was one kid. He wasn't in my cabin, but they had pulled teachers, and they were saying like, I'm really concerned about this kid.
Oh,
he really moves at one speed. Like he doesn't move. Like he's really slow. His muscle mass is, Okay. So he got a ride to feel the kids. I was like, okay, whatever.
I mean, a 5-mile round trip hike, if you're not used to hikes, that's definitely, and it doesn't sound like you're used to even walking a block or two.
Yeah.
That would be, you would be tapped.
I said something.
Blisters.
I said, the kids only have, how many days a week the kids have PE? They said 1.
What?
I was like, 1 day? I was like, if there's ever a reason to have more than 1 day, if you ever want a reason, just take these fucks out on a hike and you'll see.
Go on a 5-mile hike to the lake in the snow. 1 day? That's horrible.
Yeah, 1 day, 30 minutes.
That's ridiculous.
I know. I don't agree with
Okay, so this is Thursday, and the light is at the end of the tunnel for you?
Yeah, we're getting ready. We had another kid then barf. Like, just like, he was like...
That night?
He was in the cabin. No, this is during the day. He was like, I'm going to throw up. I said, go to the toilet. And he's like doing like the hands. He's like...
Oh, he's just panic. Panic.
And I just yelled, get outside. So he runs outside, and like the kids are lined up to go to dinner or whatever, lunch or whatever the fuck it is. And he just blah all over the deck.
Oh.
And the kids are like freaking out, like, ah.
Dude, this is like a movie. This is a scene out of a movie.
So then I was like, everybody out, go through the other cabin. Don't walk through the fucking puke.
Yeah.
Oh. So, and I take the kid to the office or whatever. They call it Mount Misery.
UPS package?
Yeah, I think so. Or Amazon.
That dildo you ordered is finally in?
Or the wind.
Oh, yeah, it is windy.
So, okay. And then, there was a kid that was crying all week to go home. I mean, he was trying to like I can hear him like, I'm just gonna bite like a deodorant stick just so my stomach hurts so I can go home. And I was like, oh my God. And I knew this kid. I know this. I mean, I don't really know him, but I've heard that he can't like stay in a movie theater.
He just has a
mommy issue.
Yeah.
So when I saw his name, I saw his name on the cabin. I was like, fuck.
You knew maybe it was going to be.
So finally, it was like Thursday, and he was doing the same shit. And like, he's not sick. I said, get his ass out of here. I'm tired of dealing with this shit.
That's true.
And I said, he's a fucking cancer. He was like lobbying the other kids, like, if we're all sick, they got to cancel like the trip. Like, cancel. We're already here.
Oh shit! Really? He was trying to get. He's being political. He's trying to get. He's lobbying for.
Yeah. I said, get this kid out of here. So I was like, last night, boys, let's we made it.
Let's end on a good note. We could do it.
We could do it.
Let me get 3-4 hours of sleep tonight.
Yeah. So then I lay down. Finally, everyone's kind of like just tired. So they were actually slept. And I think we're down like 9 kids to this puking disease.
And just your cabin that was originally almost 30, like a third of them are gone.
Yep, we're down 9.
And the other cabins, I assume, are probably...
So it was just our 2, the porcupine and the raccoon. They were down 7 and we were down 9.
Wow.
And so I was like, oh, shit. Okay. So I laid down at night. I was like, okay, finally. And they were quiet. I was like, sweet. Maybe I'll get a couple of hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And now my stomach is not feeling great.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, maybe hopefully it's just the food. Hopefully.
What was for dinner that night? The salmon?
Yeah. It was like chicken strips and mashed potatoes.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, no. I was like, we'll see. Let's just see.
We'll see. My stomach's bubbling.
Ooh, my stomach's bubbling. And now we're at that point where it's like, I feel something brewing. I cannot trust. You can't trust a fart at this point in time. Oh. You don't know what's going to happen.
You're in the danger zone then.
Yeah, we're in danger
zone. You don't take a chance.
So I think I sleep maybe an hour because it's like every little thing is like, and I have heartburn. It's just like it's like, so then I get up and I'm like, so I put a mask on because I'm like, oh fuck, boys. So put a mask on and stuff and walking around, and the teacher's like, you feeling okay? I was like, I'm okay. They're like, you're moving pretty slow. Yeah. I was like,
big hike yesterday?
I was like, my stomach's a little uneasy at the moment. They said the other teacher, they said it's norovirus that they're thinking that it is. That's going through the cabins. The other teacher went violently ill last night. And I was like, fuck.
A parting gift, if you will.
Yeah. So they said, have your wife come. The bus comes here at noon. It was like 11 o'clock. It was like 10. But my wife, by the time I got there, it'd be 11 o'clock. She's like, have your wife pick you up. I don't want you on the bus and having like a Stand By Me scene where you're surrounded and all the kids around on the bus.
Could you imagine you're on the bus with the kids and you're blowing out both ends, just puking and shitting yourself on the bus? Or they're going down the hill?
Shit. So we go. So she picks me up and I was like, okay. And I was like, I still had a couple of things to get because it's Jeffrey's birthday on Sunday. So like, I still had like, he needed the new pack Pokemon cards to come out. Nice. They came out that day and I was going to come back and get them. So I was like, when we got home, I grabbed my keys and I was like, you gonna take a shower? It's like, I don't know how much time I got. I mean, I'm on the clock.
I'm a ticking time bomb, honey.
So I went and I grabbed the stuff for his birthday and came back. I was like, so I took a shower. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm gonna lay down. I'm fucking tired anyway. I'm just lay down. So I took a nap. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm okay. And then I was like, oh, and then so I hadn't thrown up yet, but I was pissing out my ass at that point.
Well, it could have been all the food. Like eating that kind of food, if you're not used to that, it destroys you.
Yeah. So this was Friday. I hadn't eaten anything on Friday. Like it was like French toast for breakfast, and I said, I'm not eating. Like I already knew if I ate, it was over. So I was like, I'm not eating. So I hadn't eaten anything. Like
you got to starve it.
And not like not the quote unquote. I haven't eaten anything. I'd eaten 0.
Not even coffee.
Not even coffee. I didn't even want anything in my stomach. Like it was that. Wow. Like I knew
that's a dire situation. I don't even know the last time I didn't have coffee in the morning.
There wasn't. My
But I
stomach was
understand the
like-
predicament.
I
I
was
understand
like,
the
oh.
predicament you're in.
So I had nothing. And then a little bit later on, I had a water because I was like, I'm thirsty. And I peed and it was like, like
Yeah.
dark yellow. I was like, ooh, boy, I'm not dehydrated. So I drank some water. And then it was game on. Montezuma's revenge.
What?
Montezuma's
Oh, no.
revenge. It was
This is on Friday
yeah.
at like
The
at
whole-
like lunch, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock at night
5
or
o'clock.
something.
Yeah, 5 o'clock I started, and I threw up, and I was like, I remember going, I'm gonna throw up. Here it comes. So I go to the bathroom, thinking I was like, what am I gonna throw up? Like, I haven't eaten anything all day. Well, I threw up, and it was all of the food I had ate on Thursday was still in my stomach, and it was just nasty. It gets gross, but it was like brown. It was like almost looked like shit coming out of my mouth.
Ugh.
And I was like, oh, and then it was violent for the rest of the evening.
Fuck.
I would
And
take
you're just,
turns,
like,
you'd
laying-
throw up, and then I'd switch positions.
Oh.
It was like, oh yeah, it's
Just constantly just flushing the toilet all the time.
The water bill's gonna be sky high this month.
You had 42 flushes in a 12-hour period. So that was punishing you for how long on Friday?
all the way until like I think it was 10 o'clock. I think I'd ran out of fluids to
10
discharge.
o'clock. So you just like everything evacuating for 5 hours.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I'm going to bed. And then when I went to bed, I woke up. I was okay. I mean, I still wasn't on Saturday. I was still like, I'm not eating.
Yeah, you're
breakfast.
groggy because you have no energy because you just, you're dehydrated. Your body needs to come back.
So
for sure.
I don't think I had coffee. I was like parched. I wanted some.
Yeah.
So I was drinking water and stuff, and I was okay. And then on Sunday, I was back to.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't feeling great. I wasn't feeling bad, but I wasn't 100%. And of course, like it's Jeffrey's birthday, so I was like, "What do you want to do?" He's like, "I want to play basketball." So I was like, "Oh, I got to stomach this one too." Played 2 hours of basketball, and he's like,
What?
"I know." And he's like, walking back from the from the park, and he's like, "Let's go on a hike." And I was like, "Okay."
Let me get a Cliff Bar real quick.
I got a Red
Get
Bull.
an energy drink?
I slammed Red Bull. I said, "Fuck it."
Nice. Oh my word. Now, did your son have a good time?
Yeah, he did. He did because, as you know, animals and the outdoors—that's his element.
Yeah.
So he was game.
Oh man. And
He
did
was asking
your
why these crybabies were, why these kids crying? I said, I can't give you the real reason because I have some names I want to call them, but I can't do that right now.
damn? So, did you get a full report back? Like, did your other camp counselor guy get sick, or anyone else get sick through there at the school?
So here's the other thing. So I thought we should put all the boys on one bus and the girls on another bus since the problems when the boys' cabin. But
They
put
mixed
by
them?
class, mixed them, and sure as shit, I got reports back that some of the girls then went down with it, and I was like, "Oh man, that's a mistake."
Now, speaking of girls, I remember when I went to this thing, there was a whole big thing about don't even try to fuck around and sneak into the girls' cabin or get into any of. Was this an issue
they didn't even
this
bring it
time
up.
around? Or
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I remember getting that speech too. Like, don't even try it. Don't try to sneak a peek. Don't even try to jump in the window.
Don't fuck around. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't try it. No, they would never brought it up. So I was like, okay, I won't.
Wow. Times have changed. They just,
Don't worry. Some of the boys were like, they were like jumping and stuff in the windows. And I was like, I say, hey, don't do that. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, come on, guys.
What do you mean?
That was
I
me.
look fucking
That was
stupid?
me like 20 years ago. So come on.
I know. Dude, we're getting to that point with our daughter. Great, Cerny, I wouldn't have wished the outcome on you, but I would be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the story a tremendous amount.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So thank you for sharing. But
I'm forgetting like half the shit I've had to do.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
I know I forgot.
the other half's off the record probably too.
Yeah.
I gotta say, if we would have talked on Sunday, if we would have done a show, this would have been the trip that like I would have loved to go on this trip. I was so pumped for you to go because it seemed like it was going to be such a great time.
Yeah. I thought, okay,
But now I'm scared. I'm scared to go.
Fuck. I mean,
Man.
I know it's a perfect storm, and I know some of it's because of COVID. Most of these kids haven't left,
Yeah.
home, and then it snowed, and these fucks
It's
don't know
just
what
like a
snow
perfect
is.
storm. The
And then
snow,
the contagion.
COVID. Yeah.
Contagion that ripped through the
I know you got it.
cabin fever.
Oh, man. That's brutal. Oh, I can't even. I'm exhausted just hearing about all that.
Yeah, it was. I told the school, it's like, consider this my retirement from chaperoning.
I'm a one and done kind of person after this.
That's it. I'm going out with a bang.
Oh my word. That's gonna the principal's probably talking about this one, like, the
I'm sure
trip of 2023.
I'm sure that poor principals be getting a bunch of complaints from the parents too, like, oh, they only had to eat, because
I can't imagine the bullshit they must have to take.
And it's like, so at the beginning of the thing, there's all the chaperones from the school like, oh, we should all exchange numbers, just in case we have questions. And I was like, I don't want you fucks to have my number.
Like, listen, I'm not trying to be friends after.
Yeah,
like I
don't want to have
enough
you.
friends.
I don't want to hang out. I don't even want to fucking know your name. I'm just here for Jeffrey, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, fine. Because I don't want to be the one douche. Even though
right,
I tried to because they were in a circle, and they said that I stepped away from the circle, like tried to slide out of
like,
hopefully the circle would fill in, my spacing, but no. So I was like, okay. So then the amount of texts that Robin got, like, hope Sean's feeling okay, like from people. She's like, oh, this person said it. I was like, who? She's like, oh, so-and-so's
you didn't even
mom.
know him.
No, I don't know names. I was like, who? Oh, so-and-so's mom. Oh, so-and-so's mom says. I said, how do these motherfuckers know I was sick? She's like, gossip. I was like,
because it probably. And then, so was there a whole download? Well, I guess your son at school on Monday. There's no story to share because everyone was had the same thing.
Oh, they have spring break right this week, so unfortunately, he gets a week to rest.
Wow, that's a cool 2 weeks though. You get to go up camping for a week and then take a week off from school.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it's a good deal. Now, do you think this thing would have been more fun in like May if it wasn't snowing? Oh no.
I think Chip's offline. He's back.
I'm back.
He went offline for a sec.
I did. I was going to say, would have been more fun if it was in May, like the weather was better?
Oh, absolutely. It would have been 1,000 times better.
So, what was the worst of the like Medusa-headed monster? What was the worst component of it that really do you think sent it over the top?
It was the snow, because it was cold. So it was the cold, and the kids just couldn't. Like, it was cool, but then it's like, they didn't have a nice warm fire to come, warm their clothes. And it's like, and some of them, like, a lot of kids didn't understand, like, they wore their pants on Tuesday, and now they cannot wear their pants on Wednesday, and they have no pants. I'm like, just put them on. I mean, we're camping. Just embrace the dirt, buddy. It's all right. It's not even dirty.
Okay.
It's just fucking warm.
Right. Yeah. Oh man.
Or like the sock. I mean, the problem is like their socks were wet and stuff. So it's like, they had like the little floor vents where the heat is. I said, put your socks in the heater.
Yeah. Did they have old radiator heaters in there and stuff?
They had like the floor vent, like the little vent out because it's coming out of the floor.
Oh yeah. Oh nice.
Yeah. So just lay your socks across those.
That'll dry them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, at least you had heat.
Yeah. That's what I was concerned too. I was like, God, if we don't have heat, then fuck me.
So at least they had coffee, but it sounds like bring more snacks next time. Some actual nourishment, like protein shakes and stuff.
And they wouldn't even lie to have snacks because they didn't want any kind of rodents or
Oh right.
So no snacks in the cabin. I was like, oh my God.
Brutal.
And
that's no good, man.
And they would yell at the kids and shit, like, no food in or around the cabin. Although they give these fucks these cookies and they make them eat them outside the cabin. Well, some of the kids would just like eat it, and when they're done, they would just wing it. Well, then like the ravens would come in the morning and like eat the shit. So there's like a dead giveaway. Who was doing that?
Oh, fucking
like
ravens are scary.
This one kid like gave me his cookies, like put them in his hands. Like, I don't want to eat them. I don't want to walk all the way back in the dark to throw them away because they told him to walk back. I said, flush it down the toilet.
No, I remember when I went there, they had the iron calf where you just go up and it was like
For water?
a soda machine, but there was only milk coming out of there.
That's the same thing. Milk and water. That's all you could have. So Cern
This
had
is
water
wild.
because we know Cern can't have milk.
No, yeah.
I mean, there was
Oh
at
my
one point on
gosh.
Wednesday, I thought, I'm fucking down in a gallon of milk so I can go home too.
You're going to take yourself out?
Yeah. Just fall on the sword.
Yeah. You're like, here it comes, mud butt, in T-minus 3 hours, baby. Gallon of the whole milk, not even 2% whole milk. You're like, you got any half and half back there? Full cream, maybe?
Oh, God.
I forgot my squatty potty at home. I'm going to need to go down because I'm
Do you have the what's that thing you got? The
tushy.
tushy.
bidet.
Yeah, the tushy? Oh, man.
You're like, do you have any water device that can shoot cold water up and around my butthole to clean it off? Because I have a bout of diarrhea from all the milk I've been having. Oh man, well I think today, Cerny, 5 gold stars, mostly for you carrying the show, but we went above and beyond for the
Oh, I
Cerny
think we
sluts
did.
and the chip.
We made up for last week.
Yeah, we made up for sending it to the vault, but glad you're healed up, Cern, and
We're back.
sounds like I'm avoiding this trip in my future. I'm
Hard pass.
only
Hard
4 years
pass.
behind you.
Yeah. Like what? No, thanks.
No, you'll hear it. It'll be like, today on episode 873 of the Chip and Cern Show, Chip goes to Sly Park after saying he wasn't going to. That'll be how it turns out.
And then it'll be delightful. You're like, Cern's a liar.
Yeah. Like, I had the greatest time ever. Oh, anyway, boys and girls, that's it for this week. So, till next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.